I hate cleaning the floor with a rag or a regular mop. I find them tedious and tiresome to use. So I wanted to see whether this flat self-squeezing mop from China Square would be easier to use. The mop comes with a metal handle, a self-squeezing mechanism, and a 30cm wide head with a microfiber pad. The microfiber pad is removable and an extra one is included, so you always have a clean one on hand. You can also get extra pads from China Square. The mop is super easy to assemble. One thing I really love about it is how light it is. It is much lighter compared to a regular mop. But it still feels sturdy and I've not had any problems with it at all. This is not just a mop, it can also sweep floors. The microfiber pad does a great job sweeping away tiny particles of dirt or food and can also easily handle finer stuff like dust or flour. So before you mop up, you can do a quick sweep of the floor using a dry pad. The rotating head makes it easier to sweep along the wall and in corners. And because the mop head is flat, you can easily sweep or mop under low furniture. You can even rotate the head sideways if you want to remove cobwebs or clean the wall. With this mop, you don't need a traditional mop bucket since it is self-squeezing. You can dip it in a regular bucket or wet it using a tap. The self-squeezing mechanism is really easy to use and it gets most of the water out of the microfiber pad. I also found the pad to be highly absorbent, so it quickly dries a wet floor without leaving any marks or streaks. By the way, this mop works on any hard flooring, whether it's tile, wood or any other kind. Once you finish mopping, it is easy to remove the pad and then you can clean or rinse it and hang it up to dry. It dries really quickly. In the meantime, you have a second pad you can use. Overall, I love this self-squeezing mop and I would recommend it to most people. It is much easier to use compared to a regular mop, and not just because it's self-squeezing, but because of how light it is. The rotating head also means you can clean in tight spaces and along the wall edges. It also does a pretty great job in both sweeping and mopping. Another advantage of a regular mop is that you can easily remove the pad to clean and dry it. Traditional mops take long to dry and can sometimes get smelly. You also need to have space to hang it up. So if you're in an apartment with no balcony or a small balcony, this self-squeezing mop is perfect for you. That said, there are a couple of issues I have with this mop. First, the mop head is kinda small at only 30 centimeters wide. So it's not very practical for cleaning your entire house. Secondly, the microfiber pad can sometimes struggle with things like stains or dried food on the floor. So over time, I found that I mostly use the mop to clean up a single room, like the kitchen after cooking or the living room before guests come over, and to quickly clean up messes. My plan is to get a wider flat mop from China Square, and I'll tell you how that goes. So stay tuned and subscribe to Shopping Guide for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.